Alright guys, here's the beginning of me replacing this body mount. Got it all ground down. Got some shit marked out here just to kind of, I measured the other body mount so I got the close enough width. And then here's my piece I'm going to weld in, just kind of getting it cut here. So I'm gonna make another little clip. Here's my rough made piece. What I decided to do is drop it out, and then I'm gonna get this to fit, to slide in there and fit flat there. See what I'm saying? So that it's not gonna be on top. It's not gonna be sitting higher. It should be on the same level. So that's what I'm doing. I'll cut back in when I'm closer. All right, y'all, fading back in here. Got it all welded up. New body mount is in there. My patch. This is just kind of I took a sleeve from the body mount. One of my body mounts, the sleeve came loose and it'll actually pull off. So I just kind of stuck the sleeve on there and kind of got an idea of where it needs to sit. So it's pretty close. I think it needs to come out a little more, like out to here. I tried to mark kind of, the hole was so rusted, y'all saw it. The hole was like that big. So I mean, it's kind of hard to figure out where it should be. But I think compared to that mount over there, I think the mount needs to be a little further out like this. So anyway, so here's my mount. It's all fixed, brand new piece welded in there. Focus on there a little better. If I can, I didn't take any video before I welded it or after I welded it. I took a couple pictures though. If I can, I'll figure out how to put like a picture in there before I start this video or something, whatever. Either way, I'll try to get a couple pictures I took of this welded in. This is probably the best welding I've done. Turned out really good. I got this little bubble in the weld, but I'm not worried about that. I don't give a fuck. You don't see that. So yeah, so anyway, it's all fixed. Alright guys, here's the finished product. Boom. Got the body mount done. It's all done now. There we go. A little big, just a tiny bit. I measured it to be about 1.5 inches. The width of this here is about 1.5 inches. My buddy let me borrow a hole saw, and the sleeve here barely fit. It was starting to fit into his 1 5/8 hole saw. So that's what I used. I just used his 1 5/8 hole saw. Drilled it out. No, it fits pretty good. It fits nice. No more rust hole. Ground it all down for the most part. So I'm gonna go ahead and sand this whole area down. I ground this part off down here for to get a good ground for the welder. So I'm gonna go ahead and sand all of this, probably this whole area down here and everything. Go ahead and get all that sanded up, and I'll probably add another video after I get a couple coats on it or something. So here it is, about what we'll say 90% complete. So I'll touch on this before I stop this part of the video. I kind of set it in relation to that mount over there. Where that mount sits, it kind of sat a little like flush with the body here, and then I looked at the actual mount on the body over here that I made. This is the mount I had to make on the body as well. So this was the worst mount. This was actually the only, that mount right there is just a teeny bit rusted, but it barely moves. You can move it like just about as much as this one does now. So I'm not gonna touch that one. It was barely anything. This one was huge, probably about the size of, you know, this part. So this one needed, if anything, this one needed done, because this was a side that was done, that was rusted out on the body. So I kind of set this, I looked at the body mount on the actual body, and I have more movement in the nut towards the front. So my thoughts on this were, get this a little bit closer to the front of the chassis, if anything. That way I can get that nut over there and for sure have a good, you know, alignment to get that bolt up through there. So that was kind of my thoughts on that. All right, I'll chime back in here in a minute with another part of this video. All right, guys, all painted, finished up. Finished up and good to go. So that concludes the body mount. As you can see, it's very fresh. But maybe I'll fill in that hole a little more with some paint. But there we go. All new body mount. Everything's painted up. I did the same thing I did on the other areas. Like I said, I sanded this whole thing underneath too. I painted all underneath of it, and so she should be ready to go. I don't know if y'all remembered. I'll just kind of throw this out there while I had my paintbrush, because if y'all worked with that chassis saver or the Por 15, you know those brushes pretty much go to shit afterwards. I left to tape on my body mount surfaces, so I didn't get the liner on them. So I just brushed a bunch of Por 15 on my body mount surfaces, so that there's another barrier. So hopefully that'll stop any rust from happening on those body mounts again. So just kind of wanted to throw that out there real quick, and that completes this video. Thanks, y'all.